How's it going?
How's it going? It's tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, for us at least. So, welcome everyone. This is our, how do you want to call it?
Our very first pilot.
This is our pilot of our upcoming podcast known as Lightly Salted, where we talk real and then, get a little salted.
Get
a little salty, but nothing's wrong with a little salted stuff.
Touch on that nerve a little bit.
Yeah, it's healthy, touching on the nerve just a little bit,
Yeah.
So, sadly, we recorded this with a phone, and it's doable for what it is. It's doable. I try to salvage as much as possible under the conditions, but overall, we're kind of happy with
we're happy with the product.
Of course. Sadly, we don't have our other co-host over here. He's too busy getting some upcoming stories.
Mm-hmm.
But as you may know, I am Marcos.
And I'm Miguel.
And he's my lovely assistant, Miguel. My lovely co-host, Miguel. So
our other co-host is Charlie.
Yeah, his name is Charlie. He's a beautiful man, but sadly, he's not with us right now for the fact that he's going out there and about
chasing something.
He's chasing He's chasing life, But anywho, well, this is our first pilot, and we're gonna make this hopefully weekly. Every Sunday. Hopefully, we release something new. We'll release our first episode next Sunday, hopefully. So, without further ado, do you have any other things to say, Miguel?
Other than that, just we hope you enjoy our first pilot, and we hope you come back for our first episode.
Yeah, as Charlie would say, relax.
Relax.
And please enjoy it. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. So welcome back to No.
Why not?
Lightly Salted. With your co-hosts Charlie, Miguel, and Marcos. With a special guest, Omen.
Wow. All the way, dude.
So real quick, we were talking about responsibilities and stuff like that, and we were talking about how it affects each and every one of us. So let's begin with this one. So what I was saying earlier was that like something like, because responsibility comes and goes regardless. Like it doesn't matter, because like anyone can do it. Honestly, anyone can be responsible for something. But like I don't think in a cheesy way, like that's like, what are you like really responsible? Like what do you really want to put responsibility for? Okay. Something that's like you, rather than like something that was put on you. It's something you do, which I think a lot of people lack, because I don't think anyone knows what they do, which goes to a lot of things, honestly. When it goes to like things you want to pursue and things, all this stuff kind of comes up on. Yeah, I think that's a big one. Which like with Miguel, I completely understand, because I'm like, it's something that he wants to do.
Oh yeah. Like you said, I could abandon everything and ditch it all.
That happened to my father a long time ago, when he was like my grandma died like when he was like 12. Like his mom died when he was 12, and he had a younger brother, and he was barely 12 and stuff. He lived in a ranch. The moment she died, his sister like took all of the money and just took off. Damn. Abandoning both of them. So like, luckily his aunt took him in, and him and his aunt had her like, basically he had to raise himself and his brother and stuff. And that's something like, he had to do. Like it's like both situations, honestly. It's like she left, but that's what she wanted.
Yeah.
She wanted to do her life.
Yeah.
But like in the process, the consequence was she abandoned her like siblings.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like,
regretful.
Yeah. And then my dad was like, I'm sticking around to help out my brother. And then that was his responsibility. That like he did.
It's a guilt you carry with you when you abandon. Like obviously, some people don't really carry it with them. Mm-hmm. It's all really on you.
Yeah.
Similar story to what my dad grew up too. His mom died around 7 years old.
Yeah.
And I think he was the oldest out of, I want to say 7.
Yeah.
And his dad was always an alcoholic. And he had to sell his own. He had to sell it to make his candy, make his bread, and provide for everybody.
Yeah.
Which is what really bred him to be the man he is today.
Mm-hmm.
Alcoholic or not, he still fucking went to work and supported us.
Everyone has their own things, but like at the end of the day, I get you completely.
Yeah, it's on you.
Yeah. But I think that's the thing, and then I think that also leads into like not knowing themselves, because not knowing what they want to do, because like I don't know, it's a strange topic. What do you have to say about it?
Well,
don't get nervous because
Throw them under the fire, man.
no, it's just,
no, this is real thought. It's all real
I
thought.
know.
no, it's just dude. Honestly, everybody holds responsibility in their own the way they want to hold it and stuff.
Yeah.
It just again like I my thoughts is that I wasn't bearing enough responsibility. Yes, I was paying my phone bill.
Yeah.
Because I wanted my own phone. I wanted my
Of course.
own car.
This is stuff that you wanted, right?
Yeah, this is stuff that I wanted. So I mean, I didn't feel I'm responsible for them for these things, but like it's not something that's powerful enough to move me.
Yeah.
You know, like
To like motivate you.
Yeah,
To like
like
make
to-
you driven. To
yeah.
make you feel like you are you, right?
yeah, and like okay, so I mean, you know, like again, like when my ex-girlfriend left me and shit, and I was just sad, dwelling on my own sadness and shit. Like really, like thinking about it, I'm just like, I just like, I mean, I wasn't ready for a lot of things, and she was ready for a lot of things, and a lot of things. Like it was just like, damn, dude, like I'm not a man.
Yeah.
Because I'm not holding the responsibility that I should be holding within myself, which I mean, okay, like of course, if you want something in life, you're gonna have to sacrifice something.
Of course.
Yeah.
You would have to work at it, right?
Yeah,
You have to
so it's
make it happen.
Yeah. So okay, you need to spend time on the thing you want to work on. So that means you have to let go of the things you want to do.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because you want to get
Well,
to
like
place.
a certain, it's kind of like a checklist, right? Like
Yeah.
certain things require certain things, you know. Like you if you want to
You
pursue
learn
something,
this.
you
You
gotta
need to do this. And
If you want to be a fast swimmer, you gotta like lose some mass and fucking
Dude.
practice more. Yeah, I get you. You know, things take certain things to do. I get you.
And I just I mean I know myself, and like I try my best, and I mean I don't lie to myself. I know myself enough to know that
You're comfortable.
I was just being super selfish. Like I'm like I don't want to sacrifice the things I want to do. I want to keep on doing the things I want to do, and try to still bear the responsibility. But the thing is that like the things I'm trying to bear needs to have be given time.
Yeah, of course.
It needs to be given attention. And
Yeah.
the thing I wasn't giving it attention.
So it's funny you say that about like there's stuff I didn't want to do and stuff like that. I'm like, it kind of goes into the subject of change.
Yeah.
That's another big one because a lot of people do not like change.
Okay, see, this is what I have to say about change.
Oh, here it comes.
Okay, the one thing I hate, like I've had this so many times, within relationships, is like, why are you trying to change me? Why, like, and I'm like, I've never tried to change you in a negative way. Always try to change you in a positive. I'm trying to implement good things in your life.
Yeah.
And I tell them this: you act like you've never changed.
Yeah.
When the fact is, you've always been changing.
Yeah.
There's no you are not the same person you were in elementary. You are not the same person you were in middle school nor in high school.
Yeah.
You are a different person because you keep learning,
of course.
and learning.
So
you're evolving while you're learning. So you're changing as you're evolving.
Yes.
And I'm like, what I'm trying to do is implement a new change that's positive towards your life that will benefit not just me, but you as a person.
Okay.
So why, like, a lot of people are like, I get mad, but like, you have to think about it and really look at what is it they're trying to change.
Yeah.
Is it something positive? Is it trying to help you out positively, or like, is it something negative?
So here's the thing. My thing is like, I get the changing thing, but the thing I don't understand is, I understand like, when it comes to like the idea of like changing someone's like personality or someone's like character.
Okay.
That's like practically impossible because for the fact that I'm like, you as an individual is like almost like, as cheesy as this sounds, really like your fucking soul. Like that is like you.
Yeah.
You can change you. And if someone doesn't like that about you, then I'm like, well, then why are we pursuing this in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Like, because like I get it when someone's like, hey man, you're gaining a couple pounds, and I'm like, that makes sense, you know, like this person's like, either like maybe in a way a little vain or like maybe like maybe it's like a health issue. I'm like, I get that, but when it completely be like, I don't know why you get so mad about something, I'm like, well, you know, maybe you really don't know me. And maybe we jumped the gun here a little quickly about us like being this close
Yeah.
without understanding each other in the way we act.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, I don't get why you're mad that like I always point out your weight. It's like, well, maybe because like I'm very insecure about it, and like I think we should have handled this in a much better manner.
Yeah.
And like you mocking me isn't helping me at all.
Yeah.
There's that, or
be a red flag too.
what?
Be a red flag too.
That could be.
That like the
If
person and all that stuff.
Yeah. If no one's, but the thing is, the red flag is the reason why the red flag is there is because there's like almost like a lack of communication. No one's communicating.
Yeah.
No one's like giving each other reasons to like talk to each other, even if it's heated.
So you're telling me that everyone's just becoming passive aggressive.
Yeah.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where everything goes.
I do get a sense out.
But I'm like, why do people do that though? Like, why do we get to the topic of passive aggressiveness?
Dude,
like,
we all do it. It's like
no, it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
And
no
like,
one's comfortable
what
with
I've
shit.
realized a lot in my.
Give me a scenario like.
Here's
Well,
a
I mean,
scenario
like,
for
go
you.
for it. Oh, here it comes.
One of this girl I dated, and recent ex of mine. She knew me but didn't know me. She didn't go know what I went through, what phases I've been through and shit, and what goes on through my head. And I kind of opened up to her. I'm like, well, you know, for a time I was pretty suicidal. So it was like, oh, okay. But and some days pass on, blah blah blah. And she's driving my car. She's driving me to work, dropping me off and shit. We're passing a bridge, and she's like, wouldn't it be crazy if we just drove off? I'm like, and I thought she was just joking.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fucking do it. Let's fucking kill ourselves. She's like, see, and then she like guilts me trip. She's like, see, you're still the same way. You're still fucking
What the fuck?
in your goth face, in your fucking phase you went through. You're still stuck in those emo days. I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? I thought you were just joking. Like, way to fucking bring back my fucking suicidal thoughts. Thanks. Like, I thought you were just joking. I was joking, but now you turned it into something else. I was just like, what the fuck,
you
man?
took a fucking long turn to me. Like, I thought we were just fucking. I thought
we
you
were
were fucking
fucking
around. I want to
around.
fuck around with you.
So my thing is like,
Stop the car.
see, that's my thing though. It's like there's a lot of miscommunication, and I'm like, why do we handle things passive aggressively? What's the demon of like being passive aggressive?
Why almost hurt each other's feelings?
But I'm like, why? Right? Like,
It is, dude.
like why are we afraid?
Either no one wants to hurt the feelings.
conflict.
Yeah. Why do we? Yeah, exactly. And that goes back to like responsibility. That goes to it goes to a fucking circle. Because I'm like,
The circle of
why?
life.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is conflict such a big deal? Because like, you know, I don't want to throw. I mean, I'll bleep him later. But like he's afraid of conflict, and yet he
He's
still
afraid of
does it.
conflict because the way he says is gonna come out wrong. That's what he says all the time.
Yeah.
But
He
you
feels-
have to have conflict.
But I'm like,
huh? have to have conflict.
you're never gonna get better at conflict if you don't practice.
Yeah.
True.
And I'm pretty sure I've told like my friends, like the people I'm usually with all the time. I'm like, fool, be real with me. Tell me straight out with me, dog. Like if I know what you're one of my friends, like I wasn't trying to be mean. I was being so honest. Like he told me, hey, head to Bowers. And just text me, we'll be there. And like I texted him, and it took him 15 minutes to go to Bowers when he lives a light away from Bowers. Like literally, I was like, we were in the corner of Bowers, and I wasted my time, and I was getting very upset because this is my time. This is the time I could have done because it was when I wasn't, when we didn't have a house, and I was showering at the 24 hours. And I'm like, I want to shower. And I'm like, he said he's gonna be there like within 2 minutes. Took 15 minutes. You know, and I told him, I confronted him. I'm like, and I did feel uncomfortable about it, but I wanted to. I'm like, dude, honestly, like, what the hell? Like, what took you so long? It's a 15-minute. Like, dude, you really wasted my time. It was something I could have been doing something. I'm not trying to start. I'm not trying to be mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm not anything. I'm just don't waste my time.
Yeah, of course.
Because this is my time. Time is never coming back. Time is, and he's like, wow, dude, like, why are you kind of mad? I'm like, I'm not mad. It is a like. It's a conflict, you know, that I wanted to sort out.
It's like I'm not like gonna kill you in any way or form. I'm just upset because this happened.
Yeah.
And like I was like, did something happen to you, or like what happened? Like, you know, but no, I get you completely.
Yeah, like I'm usually I told him, I'm like, if you have something to say, you want to say it. If you want to get it out in the air, you should be able to say it. We're friends. You should be able to fucking be like, yo, I didn't like this, and because I didn't like this because of this, and I hope you understand. It is in. You don't take it the wrong way. And people are gonna take it the wrong way and get butthurt. But the thing is, if you, as a friend, you need to be able to take criticism.
Of course.
You need to be able to take
I think
conflict.
anyone has to. Like everyone has to learn to take some form of criticism or some idea. No, dude. And it's funny because at the end of the day, a friendship is still like a relationship.
It is.
And like you're meeting a stranger and you're putting a lot of like trust on him or her. Like you're putting it on this person.
Time, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're putting time and effort. So like, yeah, it's gonna be this. Like, and it baffles me that people, because I'm like, at the end of the day, when it comes to passive aggressiveness, I'm like, well, where is it leading to you? Like, do you honestly feel like, well, I don't want to offend this person, and I'm like, but you're gonna be pouty and mad and make them feel like this, yeah. Then I'm like, you're making things worse, obviously, because you're not being upfront with this person.
I think
you're wasting people's time.
I think the thing with that is that a lot of people can condone conflict to fucking violence. So like, oh, we're gonna have conflict. We're gonna start,
Yeah, we're gonna hate each other. We're not gonna be friends.
We're gonna beat up on each other, and it's gonna all fucking. When really it's pretty much a confrontation. Like, hey man, fucking be real with you for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're like that within your relationship. When you're going out with a girl or you're a girl going out with a guy, you 100% straight out about like people in relationships get into conflicts, and it's weird how
everyone does.
It's weird how they you can get into conflict, but you sort things out.
Yeah.
But within friendship, it's a different thing. Some people are pretty the same, but some people are like, oh, I don't want to cause problems with my friend because it's my friend. I don't want to have to start all over and make somebody else my friend when I really like him, and I don't want him to think like I don't like him. I just want to confront him about something. Like being able to confront somebody is about something that you find irritating, or just confront them about anything. You should be able to be. You should if they are your friend, you should be able to confront them about anything, and they should be able to be. They should be able to listen, to understand what you're saying, not to fully understand, but get the gist of it, and be able to process it through their mind and be able to give you some kind of answer.
It's some form of like basically like explaining yourself, explaining the situation and trying to find some way to resolve it, like some way to like come to a compromise, and that's the end of the day. But like some people just don't have it, honestly. We're so scared of it.
Yeah.
Which frightens me a little, because I'm like, why? Like this is like human. Like we all have feelings and emotions.
It really shouldn't be an issue, because a lot of people that could have come to the comfort that people come and go.
Of course,
everybody
people come and go.
So whether you're cool with them or not, there's always new people coming in.
Yeah, that makes me think of
Go ahead.
That makes it actually takes me back to responsibility, because
right.
It does take me back to responsibility, because this is one thing. I was working at Mr. Radio Country Club, and there's this cool guy. I loved him. He was my good best friend, work best friend.
Yeah.
His name was Patrick. His name is Patrick, not was Patrick.
Yeah.
He changed his name. But his name is Patrick, right? And he was leaving. He was going to start something new, work in a new place. Yeah. And I was very upset about it. I was like very sad about it. And he told me straight out. He's like, bro, like honestly, you're one of the coolest people, and I understand why you're upset. But you gotta understand that I have to live my life. I have responsibility. I have to take care of myself. Like I'm living my own life. You're living your own life. People are gonna come and go, and it's gonna upset you. I understand, but you need to understand they're trying to strive for something better. That's why they're leaving. They're like, usually people leave to strive for something better and stuff. So I mean, he's trying for something better, and it did make me sad. And I was very sad that he was leaving, but like I was very happy because I know he's gonna be well off.
Yeah, of course.
And like it just go back to responsibility. You're responsible for your own self. You're responsible for your own income. You're responsible for what you want to make.
You are in the end of the day, you are responsible for you. Like you are like what you need to survive. That is what you're responsible for. Like you are responsible for you.
You know what's a good example of that right now?
Go ahead.
Vince.
Oh yeah.
Taking his responsibility with his new wife, moving out to Texas for cheaper life and stuff.
And like and I'm like, dude, like he's like very well put. Like
dude.
He's like he knows what he's want to do, and like that's like.
He doesn't have kids.
Those those kind of people are rare.
He's already
nowadays.
planning of it too.
Yeah, he's already
dude.
planning
He's
it.
already planning of having. Like, he's already he has like that goal, and he's already doing it. Like he's
Yeah,
like.
See, that's rare though. Like I
Really
I
rare.
find it rare to see it.
Well, yeah, because
A lot.
like nothing's really holding him back. Like he doesn't feel any like I don't like. Well, I mean I can't really say much of that, but I do know from seeing him, I can see he's driven, he's well focused, and he's just kind of like, I know what I want in my life, and I'm gonna do it. And look at him now, like he's already almost there, and he looks really happy, which I don't see that as often because people are always like miserable because they can't be comfortable with themselves
Either that or they feel like they're missing stuff.
because like
They're always missing, not
well what
accomplishing their goals either.
exactly right, and I'm like what's really holding people back when it comes to goals?
Drive, man.
Yeah.
See, I think it's
Go
well.
ahead.
This is my thoughts.
No, go ahead.
It's just something that's stopping you within your goal is you yourself.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I think that's the biggest
And
one.
be
of them all.
realistic with the goal too.
yeah. I
Be
mean,
realistic.
I mean, on within
Hey,
realistic,
man.
you can go like on.
If I turn Super Saiyan one day, dude, that's my goal, though. I'm kidding.
Super Saiyan 4.
Oh, dude.
Not even, dude.
Just even the
Have
first,
stats, dude.
just even Kaioken, dude. Just
Kaioken.
that. I'm like,
Nah,
You
dude.
said for like.
I'm like, I know I did it. I can die happy.
Nah, we're gonna have a JoJo stand behind me, dude.
Oh, dude, just wait until we become a fucking stand.
Anyways, but like, that's the thing though. It's just like,
Dude, what freaks me the fuck out is that people are comfortable in that
yeah.
having to take no responsibility.
I've met
or
some of those
taking
people
taking responsibility in the, like you said, just
Yeah.
feeding themselves, just
Yeah.
worrying about
because they're like,
where they're gonna sleep and where they're gonna eat.
because my thing is just like, I met people who were like, oh, I'm responsible. I'm very responsible. I pay bills and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
really responsible.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is that all you do in life? Like, do you
See,
have like a
that,
hobby?
that does scare me. Like I've seen a lot of people who are just really comfortable where they're at,
Yeah.
and they're not like
They're not pushing themselves.
yeah, they're not pushing themselves, and that scares me because I'm just like, don't you want more? Don't you think you can get more? Like no, it's just
As people, as humans, man, like we're very ambitious. We're very
Maybe
ambitious.
some that were ambitious, they get to their goal and then they just like, oh, well, I
Oh,
got what I
yeah,
want,
that's
and
true.
That's it.
Because there's like a what's it called?
okay. Then
Wow.
my thought of ambitious is different than their ambitious,
Yeah.
which kind of like, oh, all right, I see what you mean.
It was like
Right.
trying to like get your body,
Well,
alright, cool,
well,
triathlon, and then you go like, oh, I'm gonna do Mount Everest, and you just keep going, dude, keep going.
Yeah, we never stop.
Yeah, you never stop.
We never stop.
It's like,
But there's some people that do stop. Like,
Yeah.
like what's it called? I forgot that story, but it was like a dude that like got like a lot of money,
yeah,
and like at one point he was like, I don't know what I want anymore, and he just killed himself because like
dude, there's a bunch of stories like
Yeah,
that.
and
There's
I'm
like a
like-
bunch of billionaires
because
who are like,
because I'm
I
like,
have everything. Nice
he had
car,
one goal,
nice
but
wife.
at the end of the day, it was like a goal that like almost wasn't like I think he as a person really wanted. That's weird. I don't know how to say it, but I'm like.
Like like the thing is, there's all these physical. People think you need all these materials to be
Yeah,
happy. The thing is, you don't. You don't need all these materials. Okay, like a lot. Okay, what people want is to be financially stable.
Yeah,
Point period. People
Well,
want
yeah.
to be financially
Well,
stable.
yeah,
Be able to,
yeah.
that way they can be able to do what they really want.
Yeah.
it's so comforting.
And so, yeah. Okay, let's say you can get your house. Let's say you get your house, you get your car. You get two things. You get two free things. You get your own house and your own car.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do you want to do in life?
Exactly. What do you want to do?
Like now that you have your car that you don't pay off, and now that you have your house that you don't pay off, what do you want to do?
I want to clean the world, man.
Like it's just like people think they need all these materialistic.
But see,
things, like,
if you say that, it's gonna be like, okay, they want the wife,
Oh,
and
dude.
they want the kids, and then the dog, and then they want the dog.
It's funny you say that.
And then after that, it just goes on and on and on.
It's funny you say like,
Yeah.
oh, materials don't really make you happy and shit. It's funny because like I hear that from where I work at. It's like money doesn't buy you happiness. I'm like, yeah, but I'd rather be sat in a fucking mansion. You know what I mean?
I know, right? All right. If people say I'd rather be sat in a mansion, it's like, it's just because you're not. I don't know. Like,
But yeah, dude.
Cause like for me, like if I didn't have like all these bills to pay, dude, like I just be like living in a studio just consistently writing.
This is the other thing, man.
Like
Like,
that, my whole life, honestly, I would be like nonstop writing.
all these rich people, and they're fucking sad because they can't find happiness for some reason. Yet they fucking donate millions of dollars to a historical building that got burned down.
Yeah.
And it's like, is that what you're trying to progress in life, or like what are you trying to do? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I don't know, like within millionaires and billionaires, like if you're trying to, I don't know, I think it's you can't find happiness buying things. And,
Yeah.
And if you're wealthy and you still feel like there's a hole in your chest that hasn't been filled,
I feel like that's a little mental issue though too, because you have all this money, you're taken care of because you've worked your ass off to earn it. You've made business decisions, or you've made music, or which other way.
Yeah.
You've gotten a lot of money. And if it still doesn't make you happy, that just know that your family's good and you're good, you just basically have to do what you've already been doing, and you're sad and you go and fucking kill yourself. That's a mental issue, man.
Alright, if we go back to your responsibility, how about handling stress?
Yeah.
See, because before you go, before you go, Marcos, because like, see, my view was like,
Go ahead.
I don't understand. Like, okay, I had fear of stress, but at the same time, it's like I remember reading the Navy SEAL books, and I go, man, I really want to understand stress, because like unrealistic, that makes you uncomfortable. So like, for me would be like, man, I kind of want to get stressful to see how it feels, to be honest, because I don't know how it feels, to be honest. So it makes me uncomfortable, which makes you mentally challenged.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, it's kind of goes to responsibility too. It's like, all right, I need to know how this works, honestly, because like that's when you know when stress comes in, either you're weak-minded or you're mentally strong.
It's really a fight or flight.
Yeah, fight or flight.
It's so weird because I've a lot of people have asked me like, dude, do you ever get stressed out? And like,
every day.
It's weird. It's just okay. I know the situation.
Yeah.
It gets me sad for like or mad for like a few minutes, and then everything it's just fucking alright. Like it's gonna have to happen. Like it's something that's gonna have to happen. It's like, to me, it's like a bill. You know the bill is due by the 1st.
Yeah.
It's already like the 25th. You know it's due on the 1st. It's gonna happen. Why are you stressing about it?
Yeah.
It's gonna have to come.
It's like with the grades too.
Yeah.
If you fuck up, it's like, oh well, what am I gonna do?
It has to happen. It's like, am I gonna keep carrying this burden? No, I can. The thing is, you know it's there. Fucking do, like, okay, what can I do?
Yeah.
And after that, just do it. Don't
that's
focus on this and just keep carrying this. It's just weighing you down. Like that's what stress does. It weighs you down. You keep thinking about it. I'm like, dude, it's gonna happen. It's gonna come. What moves are you making?
Yeah,
Where are you going?
Yeah.
I like that answer because
how about with grades? Same thing. You know you're failing the class. What do you do?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
You're gonna be like, all right. Do you say like, all right?
You think about it. What have I been? I've been slacking the fuck off.
Yeah. So all right.
So I need to start reading. I need to start doing my essays.
Or like, all right. Well, I fucked up this semester. Well, you know what I do? Take the next semester and pass it this time. No more fucked up.
Yeah.
Be realistic.
It's funny you guys say that because I'm like, it seems to me that like a lot of it when you were saying that, it sounds like a lot of people overthink it.
Oh fuck yeah.
And I'm like, why?
I do overthink.
But like, why? Everyone
does.
does. But I'm like, why? What's the point of overthinking?
I've come to a point where like at work, it's a stressful day every day.
Oh yeah, of course.
And so it's just basic instinct. You just fucking see it, you react. You're like, all right, this is what I do. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I like your guys' answers on this. I mean, I like your guys' viewpoint of it because I'm like, it seems to me that like a lot of it has to do with like a situation shows up. All right, what am I gonna do? Rather than like, oh my god, like basically saying like, oh, what am I gonna do? All this stuff, like overthinking of like all the scenarios that could go horribly wrong, rather than the fact that like it's just a straight answer, like, all right, I gotta do this. Then I'm like, that's it. Like it's honestly all it is. It's just like this came up.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
Yeah, that's right.
Rather than like this can go wrong. This like the rent thing. Like, oh, what if I don't have enough? All this stuff's coming up. But like, rather than doing that, be like, oh, it's due. I'll have it ready then.
That's where I'm at, man.
Damn.
Like,
yeah.
Right now, I'm at a point where I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna be in 5 years? Because like, I want to be, in my view, I want to be. Yeah, hopefully, man.
Yeah,
hopefully,
exactly.
I fucking get all that figured out.
Exactly.
But I want to be at my own house, not to worry about bills, still working the job I do,
Yeah.
and being maintained well. Like I don't care if I can't travel and shit. I just that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
And it freaks me out because I'm like, damn, am I doing enough though?
Yeah.
Am I doing enough? And
Yeah.
so you start overthinking. You're like, fuck.
Am I pushing myself to where I think I can be? Because right now you're working. Okay, you're a worker.
Yeah.
Why can't you be a manager?
Exactly.
What's the difference between you and them?
Experience.
Experience. Right. Put in the work. Put in more work.
Yeah.
Ask for more hours. Ask for more responsibility.
Exactly.
Ask for more.
And that's completely.
But like, you gotta know if you're going to school at the same time.
Oh, dude, for me it's like.
So there'll be like, it conflicts.
Yeah, you're piling up.
Yeah.
It conflicts where like you can't go to school
man,
and be a manager.
I have to go to community college, get those degrees.
Yeah.
Plus, I have to start taking tests in this industry what I'm in with this brand that I'm with.
Yeah.
And I have to go to their school and learn their things, their new technology, their new electrical stuff for all the cars.
Right? Yeah, because everything is all electronic now, isn't it?
Everything's going electronic.
There's no more.
Dude, you gotta. Now we're starting to use new refrigerant, which is we gotta relearn. We gotta relearn what all the electrical shit is.
And that's the issue about like I mean, I guess this is going a little off topic here, but like that's the issue about like time and like as the years go by, new stuff's gonna keep coming.
Nothing stays the same.
And like that's the thing about like I guess we're going back to the other one of the topics back then, change.
Change, dude.
And a lot of people get too comfy of what they do, how they've done it, that like they don't. You just gotta understand. Times change.
And it happens in like what happened?
It happens in like 5 years or so, or like even earlier than that, and you gotta be like. Gotta keep learning.
Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
That's the thing. Like,
and people, it upsets people because they don't want to change. They get comfortable, and that's the big issue. People get too comfortable.
Okay,
Go for it. Go ahead.
Within being too comfortable, the thing is, within being too comfortable, you're not pushing yourself to strive for more. You're reverting. You're staying at this. You think you're staying at one place, but the thing is, you're not. It's like a rotation. Mm-hmm. You're either going forward or you're going backwards.
Yeah.
So if you're getting too comfortable, you're getting left behind.
Yeah.
See that's why it goes to what you were saying. But that people are being left behind. Mm-hmm. You're not pushing yourself to go forward. You're not learning new things. You're not advancing yourself to the next technology. You're not like up to date. You know what I mean? So as the years change, there's a lot of.
And that's another issue. Just like people get too comfortable.
So you get what insanity, dude?
You know what'll never change though?
What?
People dying, bro.
No, never.
So here's the thing.
Well, kinda. Because now like people die in different ways now.
Okay. People committing homicides or suicides.
Yeah.
That will never change.
No.
And I posted this a while back, and I'm like, if this job doesn't work out, I'm definitely gonna go into forensic cleaning and be that homicide investigator cleaner.
Yeah.
The guy that cleans up the mess, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like after somebody dies, they go in and just clean everything.
I mean, like the murder stuff, right?
Yeah. And that's.
As long as you're
they might change the chemicals.
As long as you're not going to mortuary school, which I'll get to that off topically, but like long story short, since people aren't dying as often, that job is losing like money. Yeah, I could be wrong, but someone fact checks me.
People aren't dying, dude.
People aren't dying as fast.
Hey, I don't know if it's one of you guys who told me this. It's straight out of topic too, but it's
go ahead.
So something in Washington.
Yeah.
That you don't have to bury your loved ones in like caskets. You can just literally bury them.
Yeah. I believe.
I don't know where I heard it. I want to say it was.
I think you do it here too.
It was actually Danny who told me that. He was like, hey, "Don't you find that kind of scary though?" Like I'm like, dude, that's kind of like.
Bury your.
You'd be surprised.
You can. If someone dies,
wow, I'm gonna get
I think I'm not sure. I really have to look
I think you can do it here too, I believe. But it's funny because like, oh man, we're gonna get really hated by the mortuary community. But I'm like,
it's expensive.
It's super expensive, and
you know
like,
what's funny, dude? The bigger they are, the expensive it is.
Yeah.
The fatter they are.
You don't have to embalm them, dude. Like there is no law saying that you have to embalm a dead body. Like they insist on it because it costs a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But you don't have to, as long as you say.
That's to keep them fresh when they see them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but you don't have to though. Like and there's a lot of people that struggle with that shit. Like when it comes to like money wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to. Or like when it comes to like a wake, like I can just have it in my house.
Or if you're sending the body out of state,
Yeah.
so you're sending it to Mexico, like cost a shit ton too.
Yeah. But like it's just funny to me that like it costs that much. But I mean I like that effect, like the fact that you can just bury them like that, because like
It's kind of scary though. Like I mean, how like I don't think I've read too deep into it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm scared about it.
But what?
But like I don't know. I find that like okay, like do they still have to notify this is dead? This person is because like
you have to. Like,
okay, because like to me it sounds like
you can't bury them deep in the woods like no. It has to be it has to be like an actual like cemetery, I believe. Like it has to be like
a registered
somewhere like you can register it. Yeah, I don't think.
Don't be like the French, they just leave in the cannibals.
No, they're doing what they're doing now is like actually just putting like a shroud over them, like a blanket or something, and putting them in a hole. That way they decompose. That way they can decompose.
Yeah.
And it's much more. It's more better for the environment, honestly.
How long does it take a body to decompose?
Couple days, I believe. Couple days, maybe a week or so.
A month, they're like
True.
already blackened out.
Yeah.
And then like when the body's gone, like years, right?
Well, like when it comes to like just like not even a skull left, a bunch of years.
Yeah, isn't it right? Listen, the body goes like to the point where like, all right.
All you see is like hair and like nails, I believe.
Well, not even like when it's like let's say gone, like we bury Charlie
because like
in 10,000 years, like
no, it's even shorter than that.
I want to say
60 years.
Because like what an issue happened with my dad, where like because like where my family's from, like there's like a beach area and stuff, and the cemetery is close to the beach. And at one point, like the water was getting, because I think it was like a big old like storm stuff happening. The water was coming in and like taking graves off of the cemetery.
Oh, shit.
So like my dad had to go over there and like pick up the remains of his mom and stuff. And all was left was like hair and like a couple of bone fragments. That was it. And that was like, I want to say maybe 50 something years.
Are you saying how like the bones start to disappear, Omen?
Yeah, because like I was wondering, like I was watching what was a random video where I watched like I think infographic, because it was like interesting videos where they show the body in a casket, like alright, here's the body, then there's the bones, and then there's nothing.
Like a skull, maybe a femur.
Yeah, femur, and then at the end there's nothing. But then I started thinking, well, they find like Homo sapien bones, like.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, how the fuck did you find out these bones and they decompose like within 50 years?
Yeah.
So
it's like, you know, it's mind blowing. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, like the fuck, bitch. Like,
yeah.
Nah.
So I don't know much of it. So
okay, now that's making me think of dinosaur bones now. Like, how'd you find dinosaur bones?
Well, you know what, dude? Well, I think
the meteor came.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think what it is because we're this casket, you know. It's like that. Well, they're not in dirt. We're like, I guess like
I know, but like not a lot of Native Americans would cascade.
Dude, I would much rather be cremated.
Same.
mummified, dude.
Much rather, yeah.
A lot of, like the swamp people in England.
Oh yeah.
What?
There's preserved bodies of mummies that we found in England because they have swampy marshes, and like deep in the muds are like bodies of like people that like died there. But they're like thousands and thousands of years old. They're like really fucking old, but they're preserved so well because of like there's no oxygen that goes in there in the swamps. So these people are like preserved perfectly, like perfectly enough that like you can see what's going on. So like them or like the Inca people, like the Inca tribe, like the Inca from Peru, they're pretty dope too. Like those people are very preserved as well. Those mummies. But anyways, back to the thing we're talking about change. Because now we're changing the subject. Yeah, it's just I don't know. People get comfy, and a lot of comfy stuff ends up being like problematic.
Exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Hard times make hard men soft.
Yeah. Hard times make soft men.
No, you got it backwards.
I do. Oh, no, wait.
Hard times.
Hard times make hard men, and then
good times,
which makes good times that makes soft men. And it's just a fucking cycle.
It's a loop, which is like it's quite common. I mean, it's been going on for so long at this point.
Yeah, it's because we've been comfy for too long.
Yeah.
There hasn't been we think that we're being very taken care of.
Yeah.
When
We're so pampered right
Yeah,
now.
and like no one's taking the time to try to see this problem. Like, I mean, I like what's the problem of being okay, being comfortable? That is a problem because you're not being active, you're not striving for something.
Yeah.
And that's the conflict within being comfortable. It's when you don't strive for anything because you're just too comfortable. You're like, why when somebody else can do it? Or
I think us as a species is like, I don't think we're meant to plateau any way or form. Like we're never meant to like just stay in one spot ever. As we can see in our history, we've just never.
Yeah.
We always have to keep going.
Imagine
What?
the universe where like it's utopia, man. Everything's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
There's no issues, nothing. Everything's great.
I don't know why. I know that's like a big ideal. It's a big ideal out there.
Yeah.
But
how would it be after a years, man?
It's weird. Like,
everybody gets so comfortable with how it is. Everything's good. Everything's perfect. There's no conflict.
It's scary to me for the fact that like, I think the reason why I get scared of that stuff is for the fact that my brain can't comprehend it.
For which one?
For like a perfect utopia.
I understand that.
Like, I don't think my brain can understand like the idea of that. Like, it's like I get it in theory, and if it's written to me, I get it. I can understand that, but my brain still can like picture it because like, I don't think maybe we're not ready for it. Honestly, maybe as a thing we're not ready for it. I can't. It's like saying the fourth dimension. In theory, we know what it is, and like in
the fourth dimension can see in 3 dimensions. The third dimensional can see in.
Well, yeah. So like in 3 dimensional, we can see 1 and 2. So we can see we can see like a line, we can see a square, and we can see a cube.
Yeah.
But we can see the shadow of a cube.
Dude, that's what I was telling
you. And it blows my mind that what upsets me is my brain cannot comprehend that. And I'm like, why can't I picture that? Like, I can't picture the idea of a shadow of a cube. Like, I can't. And that's why I'm like, fuck. Am I at this point, like, I guess this is like going like tinfoil theory, but I'm like
I feel you on that.
Like, I'm like, I can't comprehend what that, my brain cannot picture it.
Because you've never seen it.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like it's something that's never been seen. That you can't.
We're not made to see it yet.
Yeah.
Dude, so this is what I was telling Marcos a while back when he was talking about this. Like, dude, what if when we die, that's the afterlife, the fourth dimension, and we have that sort of visual portal to here, and that's the ghost we see.
Okay, so
let's put on our tinfoil theory real quick. Let's do it.
Okay, tinfoil.
I'll put the tinfoil thing on the
thing. Tinfoil time.
Okay, tinfoil time.
I'll put it in a microwave.
All right, my thoughts on this is this thing. So I am a dualism, so I believe
Yes.
I do believe there's a soul, you know, or we'll call it the mind.
Yes.
So whatever you want to call it, whatever we don't go about it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, our senses. People rely on our senses, but the thing is, our senses are not 100%.
Yeah.
You know, this happens to everybody around the world. You thought you saw somebody that you thought you knew. No, it's not them.
Yeah.
You thought you heard somebody that said call your name. It's not.
Yeah.
No. That never happened. See, they fail you. So that means you're. Where did I read this? I think that we use only 30 to 40% of it. So what happens to what is the rest of the percent?
Yeah.
That's the rest of the percent that animals can see, which are like usually cats and dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can see within the fourth dimension. They can see within the other realm is what I'm trying to say. And like I do also believe that I don't know why, like I think it's just my thoughts every now and then. I think the minute we die here we wake up our spiritual form, and it's just like, I mean, you have the memories, but you're just like, wow.
Yeah.
Like,
It's strange. It's strange. That's kind of interesting. Because, like, I've heard many ideas of, like, what happens after. And, like, I'm just like, if it happens, it happens, you know? Like,
yeah, honestly, I mean,
I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna figure this out and stuff.
Yeah.
until
like,
you experience it.
but it's funny you're bringing up, like, the whole, like, senses and stuff like that. Because I'm like, it's cool that the idea of, like everyone's senses is, like, different. And I'm like, oh, man, like, I wonder if it's, like, if that's, like, some form of, like, genetic thing or some other thing that comes up, you know, all these topics and stuff. And then where am I going with this? I lost my train of thought. The next show. Anyways, what I was gonna say was, wow, I completely lost track. But
Eat a Snickers.
I know I do eat a Snickers. Sponsored
You're
Snickers.
mad.
yeah,
Yeah.
sponsored by Snickers.
Yeah. Real quick, we're not sponsored by Snickers.
Yeah, we're not.
If they want to, hook us up. You know,
Lost
hook us
right
up.
there watching.
Is the infamous almond leaving?
No, I
No.
took a piss.
Okay.
No,
what
dude,
was
make
you-
you walk me outside, dude. It's fucking late.
What?
It's fucking late, dude. I ain't gonna walk alone.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, what time you gotta go?
Probably not like in 10 minutes. Either.
Okay, it's fine.
Fine, man.
You better hurry though, because like, yeah, we gotta finish this talk real
Not
quick.
much, so.
Yeah. But like, no. So I remember. So what I was getting at was like the brain is such a cool thing because like what you were saying about like seeing people and stuff and all that stuff you see in them, our brain makes stuff up.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. The reason why like, oh, that person looks familiar is because our brain's making that.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, yeah, it's like it's insane what our brain can do.
Yeah,
So,
we were
like,
talking about that.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other
How
day.
powerful our brain is, and
Yeah.
our own scientists don't know how much it really can do.
Yeah.
I don't think we can ever reach that because I mean I hope
don't-
we never reach that
I
because
don't-
because once you're able to comprehend the mind itself, imagine you have the map to the mind.
Yeah.
That means you have the map to the mind of
Yeah.
everybody.
And I think
And to me, that's a scary thought because
My-
then it's just like now you can control.
at
people.
what point, like how like our brain just is gonna keep evolving if we stick around for so long, you know?
Oh.
If we're still around. But I'm like, it's gonna keep growing and growing. And
You guys
yeah.
ever see that fake video of that fake alien they interviewed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, they ask him like, "Do you have a god?" And he's like, "We evolved from mythical stories of
Yeah.
a greater being."
Yeah, and the alien actually evolved from us.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
I believe he's in that level of
Yeah.
that
Well,
Higher
evolved mind.
consciousness?
yeah.
Evolved
So
mind.
well, who
yeah.
knows? You know, like who knows? Honestly, like
Just see
how far it go? Like, are we gonna like disappear after another 100 years or so?
Who knows?
Are we gonna like, is like technology the future for the fact that like,
okay.
You know,
oh, here it comes, let's do it.
Technology's gonna advance, but the thing is, like, people are so involved with technology that to like literally like. I hope we are still able to be active,
Yeah.
because we're relying too much on technology. They don't want like we're gonna have
Yeah.
chairs that can move us.
Oh, yeah.
And, like,
Oh,
we
like
do have chairs
like
that move
Wall-E.
us. Fucking idiot. Yeah, like Wall-E. There you go.
No, what I was saying was
It's
like,
don't
what?
become too dependent on technology. Know that you still have to do
Well,
you, and this is your life, and try to.
so my thing was like, besides like robots taking the world and stuff, because that's another one.
I wrote
But I'm like, but I was like, you know, how much of us is gonna be like
left.
mixed with technology?
Oh,
Like
okay.
think of like nanotechnology.
Okay,
Think
so-
of like
This goes with
enhancing our species with technology.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 3 movies that make
Oh,
me
here it
think of
comes.
what's gonna happen. Tron,
Tron.
Electron.
Terminator.
Terminator, of course, and then Wall-E.
Wall-E makes a lot of sense on the fact that our technology is advancing. We're gonna get to a point where all this shit is just gonna fail, which is a theory I believe that might happen in the near future, where it's like shit's just gonna go bad and we're gonna have to kind of restart. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, we'll be much more advanced.
Yeah, because you know
Well,
what?
we're still. Huh?
What?
Yours.
What'd you say?
No, yours.
No, let's go
I
for
wanna
it.
hear you.
Too late.
I wanna hear you. No, I wanna hear you.
Oh my gosh. I forgot to be honest. My train of thought left.
train of
Sponsoring by train of thought. Yeah, choo choo. We'll make that. I forgot honestly what you're gonna say.
Damn it, dog.
Don't tell me you forgot
I
to.
want to get to the
Yeah,
point
like
where
my mind ended up going to anime, wanting to watch GTO,
Yeah.
greatest teacher.
I forgot the.
Yeah,
what you mean.
well, yeah, it's fucking sick.
I just hope our technology gets to the point where we could like lose a limb and then.
Oh, this is. Oh, I remember my thing was gonna
The
say.
fucking, what's in that?
What?
Chameleon?
And I forgot. I'm kidding.
You little
I'm
shit, you want to be able to like, oh, lose
I
an
wanna
arm, but you're
lose
gonna have a
an
global
arm.
arm.
You get like a fucking nanobite fucking
It's
bionic.
we're
Okay,
getting there,
okay,
though.
let's say you like lose your whole lower body, so now you're like 99% nanotechnology, and
Yeah.
all that's left is your fucking head.
Yeah.
Nah, dude,
It's
I
like-
read Deadpool. Grew in it.
Straight out.
With a baby arm.
Oh, there's like
Oh, yeah,
theories,
you
there's
do
theories
that.
of people like putting like their mind into like technology.
Their
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting.
It's in Ultra Carbon.
Like Chappie.
Have you seen Ultra Carbon?
No,
It has that, dude. It's in Netflix. You should watch it. It's so
Oh,
fucking-
well,
I would want
yeah.
people to watch it. Ultra
Yeah.
Carbon. Ultra Carbon.
Sponsored by Ultra Carbon.
Watch
watch us get brutally sued. Anyways, no, what I was getting at was like let's keep in mind that like we're very primitive to this day. We're still very primitive.
Oh fuck yeah, dude.
Like we're not as advanced as we think.
We're still like.
We think I think
just-
we think too much of ourselves. We think we're more. We think we are very sophisticated
Yeah.
creatures. That it's like no, bro. Like we're still idiots and we're still
Yeah.
trying to figure this out.
Yeah, we're still like honestly, we
We
stand.
haven't changed from 10,000 years
We
ago.
still have. I mean, we're getting to the point of all well, I mean, I guess like because we're all pretty much the same age here, but I'm like we're all in the similar age group here. But I'm like we're seeing a lot of things that I'm like a lot of things are gonna change over the time, and like I'm pretty sure back in those times they thought they were like really advanced and stuff about life and
Flying
stuff.
cars in 2020.
Yeah.
Still on the ground.
But I'm like yeah, like we're still pretty like there's stuff that we still like do primitively,
Yeah.
and like we still haven't figured that out yet. And like
You think sex robots are gonna take over the world?
yes, easily, yes. Not even
Dude,
funny.
I think
it's already happened.
I think sex robots and sex toys are made to stall you from reproducing and having the interaction with the other sex.
You know what blows me away? That like we're probably the generation that we're gonna see like the most humans ever been in this earth, like the max. We're gonna see, like we're gonna see like the peak of humanity, and then like I'm pretty sure like after our like almost like around our end of our lifetime, it's gonna dwindle.
Yeah,
That's what I.
because millennials are more right now. They beat the baby boomers of being born.
Yeah.
They're like babies.
Yeah.
So we're millennials are the max. They're the top ones. Like he's right about that.
Yeah.
He's right about that. Each generation's probably gonna go down.
No, it's insane, right? Like we're gonna witness like the most this world has ever had of us, and then it'll dwindle. After that, it'll dwindle.
Because
down.
the reason a lot of people don't really have babies is because they want to be financially secure.
Yes.
Because they want to know for a fact I can take care of this kid.
Yeah.
The thing is like, dude, like the way money's going, the way everything's going, it's becoming really, really hard. Like you need 2 jobs to even fucking be able, 2 to 3 jobs.
Yeah.
I've known people with 3 jobs to be able to fucking
Right.
sustain their apartments.
Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you right now.
For California. Dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. We are very fucking sexual. I don't think anything's gonna stop people. Nothing's gonna. No, real talk. Like nothing's gonna stop people. People are just gonna bone because they're gonna bone.
Yeah.
Regardless of what status, whatever. And like, it's a weird statistic, but I'm like, it doesn't matter how financially secure you are.
I know, right? You still want to have sex.
You're gonna pipe.
You're gonna pipe till you drop.
Do you guys remember your high school years? So like a pregnant girl every other month.
Yeah.
No, dude, the season.
The season.
The season
The
shit.
seasons.
I remember middle school seeing pregnant girls. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
See, I never saw that.
That'll never end, dude. Like I don't think when people say like like the financial stuff and all that stuff, like no, dude, like people are not gonna stop boning. Like that is like a fact.
Okay, people are not gonna stop boning, but the thing is, it goes with fucking it goes with abortion. People, there's a lot of people who are gonna abort, and there's a lot of people who are gonna keep the baby.
I feel like that's gonna become a norm now. Like,
aborting?
eventually.
It's already a norm. I think it's already a norm.
It's been a norm for like ever. Like this it's never like you can look into
It's
Roman
been a- yeah.
you can look into Roman history and where people like had like I'm not getting this mixed up, but basically, long story short, they would abandon babies in the forest.
Dude,
Yeah, that was abortion.
And that was like, and they found bones of babies like
Yeah,
scattered all over that place, and that was their abortion. That was the way they would get rid of children. And like, and if you really wanted to adopt, some random stranger would walk in the middle of the forest, hear a baby, and if they want to keep it, they'll keep it.
Yeah.
And that was their way. That there was many ways of like that. That's nothing new. Abortions have never been like a new concept.
I just think it's just more accessible, and like people are doing it more now than they were back then.
In a way, in some sort of way.
It's true because you think about it in the 50s.
Well, I mean, it's more. I think it's weird. This is gonna be a controversial. Put on the controversial tin, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Now put on the controversial though, because I'm like, I think now it's much more humane. Abortion's more humane now.
Yeah.
Than like how it was primitively back in the day, where like they would just abandon them in the wilderness and let like a wolf eat it, or like let like bugs and animals eat a baby, or like a woman like trying to kill the baby and kills herself too in the process. Like it's now we have like offices and a nice like
more private.
Yeah.
And then like
How about the
They're
50s?
called-
How about the 50s, dude? Where like
right, like
when the girls got
dumpster
pregnant in high
babies.
school, dumpster babies, but also like in the 50s when they found out before they even grew the belly, the parents back then will send them to a place where all the girls were pregnant, and the ones that didn't want it, the kids, they would put them for adoption, and then the girls would go back into their normal life.
Yeah.
See, this is also before like pregnancy, like in the
And a lot of that
high school.
A lot of that in the 50s were hush hush about.
Yeah,
it.
hush, yeah, and there was hush hush about it. Like the girls just come back normal after high school.
But now, I'm like now, like why is it such a big deal now? Like why are people parading it like abortions? Like I'm like,
don't do it.
Like
most of them had their kids, dude.
Yeah.
But they were adopted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know, man. Like it's just like, I guess I think we talked about a while back when we were in there. I'd rather have the choice of like having it than not having it, because you're not really stopping it.
Yeah.
There's no way of stopping that. That's been going on for like since humanity has been here. Like it's been going on.
Yeah.
And like there's no way of stopping this. Like there's no way. I rather have it as rather have a safe way of doing it than not have it at all.
What I guess what I was trying to get at was like being the norm is just it won't be protested anymore.
Yeah.
It'll just be another
medical procedure. Yeah. What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, whether you have the baby or not, like it's still a life form.
Yeah.
And you know,
you're right.
I don't know. I just
I understand you completely.
Yeah, right.
I understand you completely.
Yeah, don't think it's like you know, it's a woman's choice in the end, but like at the end of the day, as well as the life form, it's something that's been created and is its own being.
Yeah.
And like it's creating its own thoughts and
so
you know, like I don't know, like I mean. In my point of view, if you don't want to have a kid, like, fucking wear a condom, like, and
honestly,
be on your fucking...
And it's funny you say that, because that goes back into, like, responsibility.
Yeah. It goes back to
responsibility, and, like, almost, like, another way, a form of passive aggressionness, and, like, not wanting to change, for the fact that I'm like, why don't you want to practice safe sex?
Yeah.
And then people will give you, like, bullshit reasons, and you're like,
it feels better.
And I'm like, it's gonna feel good regardless. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Don't lose your PhD.
If you want it tighter, put it in your ass.
Oh my god. But like that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like there's many ways of forms to avoid all of these issues.
There's many ways.
If
you're not doing it. You're not like. Let's be honest.
If you're responsible, you talk to your partner about it. You tell like this is the plano and all this stuff. And you're really safe about it. Like
you're not gonna get pregnant.
No, but no one wants to talk about it.
It's just people are.
Dude, there's even medication, like, even if you
Yeah.
happen to not
Yeah.
use a condom, and then
Yeah. There's
Still
many
busting
ways
there.
to prevent stuff.
See,
there's plenty.
I'm recording. So like, sorry, interruption there. We got some issues there. But what I was saying was earlier is like when people do stuff like this when it comes to like not practicing safe sex and other things, is they lack this weird responsibility of like thinking about like what sex is. And like, yeah, it creates, you know, it releases dopamine, it creates this euphoric feeling. It feels good, obviously.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's an act to create some form of life, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what you were getting at too with that thing. And I'm like, people tend to forget that, and it's no one communicates.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one does anything about it. They don't change their mentality of it, and they think, oh, that's all it is. It's just like it makes me feel this way, or like it makes me think I'm this person.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. But in reality, I'm like, no. And the structure of it is like it's life creating purpose.
Yeah.
And like you can do whatever you want with that idea, but you know, if you want to be safe about it and you want to keep continuing with it, be safe about it. You know, because there's also diseases you can spread, and that can fuck us over. Like there's, you know, like humanity killing disease that would kill us all. But I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, like be responsible with it. But like no one does. Like all this could have been preventable if we just practice safe.
Yeah.
But it's weird.
It's
weird.
It's carelessness, bro.
It is.
I remember when I first night I hooked up with my ex. We didn't use protection and shit, and I was like, hey, I told her, I'm like, hey, because I knew this girl since high school and shit, and I thought shit was gonna go great. You know, I was kind of taking this shit.
I'm gonna stop you there real quick. We'll be wrapping this up in 2 more minutes. So go ahead.
So I told her, like, hey, I'm busting you. She's like, okay, do it. And at the time, I didn't know she had birth control in her, but like I did anyways, thinking she's like, fuck it, let's have a kid. and I asked her, like, why'd you let me bust in you? She's like, well, I have birth control. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let me go again.
Hey, you're busting your nuts.
But yeah, but like, see, like it's very strange. It's a very strange mentality that we tend to focus with this.
Yeah.
Just the lack of communication, responsibility,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
But yeah.
Imagine like you talk to like your partner and like explain the whole details of everything, and then you basically know the full limits of what you can do.
yeah.
You know how amazing that'd be?
Dude.
You know how amazing that'd be?
Yes.
Yeah. Like,
she fucking planned herself,
yeah.
and after having that talk, it was just a lot.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like it's
No
exactly.
worries.
And it seems like it's just at the end of the day, we just don't communicate to one another. And that is like the most weirdest thing to say, but it's like the most cheesiest thing to say. But I'm like, yeah, we need to learn how to communicate with one another.
We need
like,
to learn how to be comfortable with confrontation.
Exactly.
Not getting into any violence.
yeah, and like be comfortable and learn one another. You know, understand yourselves.
Take the time to know the person.
Yeah, exactly.
You really are invested. You know.
Exactly,
What I mean?
right? And like, when it comes to life in general, get to know people and like get to know what you want in life and get to meet people that you want to meet. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you'll meet them. Like that's the thing. I mean, I'll wrap it up with this last statement: is people keep assuming that like, oh, like I have this, and I'm like, sweetie, newsflash for you, everyone goes through it, just to a certain degree. Everyone knows how you feel. Everyone suffers through emotions. Everyone knows them or trying to learn them. Like, you know, be patient and get to learn one another.
It'll come.
Yeah. And now we're gonna wrap it up here. So thank you so much for joining us in Lightly Salted.
Wrap it up and practice safe sex.
Yeah, please, yeah. Even if it's a quickie, wrap that sticky. Well, like, yeah, thank you so much for staying with us. Omen, do you have any last final words?
Come from train of thoughts.
Yes, that will be made in a couple of days, hopefully. But yes, thank you so much for everyone. Have a lovely evening.